Hey guys, it's Future J Reacts. I just want to say that I made a couple of mistakes when I was talking. I kept calling it a three-movie trilogy. I'm fucking stupid. So I meant to just say trilogy. That was by accident. So just wanted to give you guys a heads up. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Peace. Hey guys, it's J Reacts here, and I wanted to do something slightly controversial. I wanted to do which one would make a better trilogy, Rian Johnson or J.J. Abrams. Now, a lot of you guys, such as myself, probably are not a fan of The Last Jedi. Probably not at all. Some of you guys might actually like The Last Jedi. I don't know why, but you do. And some of you guys may dislike the whole new trilogy. So this is going to be more or less about, say like we only had those two, but they make all three movies. Now, what I'm about to say may contradict what I said earlier, but I think I'd rather have a Rian Johnson three-movie trilogy with Star Wars, if he has creative control, than a J.J. Abrams three trilogy. With J.J. Abrams, I didn't hate The Force Awakens. Definitely did not. I wasn't a big fan of it, but I didn't hate it. But I had problems with it. It felt more or less of like a nostalgia or like copying from the original trilogy. And Rise of Skywalker was just nostalgia. It was more like misleading nostalgia, actually, because of the trailers. You thought it was going to be nostalgia all over the place, and it wasn't really. So, I think, granted, J.J. Abrams breaks one of my, well, he did. I believe he directed Cloverfield. I believe, I could be wrong, and I love the first one. I don't like the other two, but the first one is really good. And I like that a lot. But Rian Johnson, to me, if he starts from the beginning and gets to make his own Star Wars movie, I think he can make a better one than J.J. Abrams. Not saying J.J. Abrams is a bad director at all. These are just my opinions on how I think it would be handled. I think Rian Johnson has the possibility to make a trilogy that's decent at least. I thought Knives Out is one of the best movies I've seen last year. Also, if I'm going to play devil's advocate, the actors are obviously all phenomenal. I will see anything with Toni Collette in any day. They had a great cast straight across the board. And it wasn't, but granted, you could say, like, the cast wasn't even that, the star cast, it wasn't really about them. It was about this other girl that I didn't really know as an actor. So, I do believe that Rian Johnson could make a better trilogy than J.J. Abrams. Only because of the fact that I think he has more of a better creative mindset than J.J. Abrams. I think J.J. Abrams, if he would have made this trilogy, I think it would have been okay. But I also don't like the fact that he was relying on stuff from the past a lot. And I'm not agreeing with what Rian Johnson did to The Last Jedi. It doesn't make sense. He should have definitely at least made an attempt to go with J.J. Abrams' script if he had one. That would have been a way better situation for the Rise of Skywalker. But I do think if we were to get three movies from those two actors, I think Rian Johnson can make a better trilogy than J.J. Abrams. Like, if J.J. Abrams, right, if he was to decide, hey, let me go ahead. Okay, my example is with how poorly received Rise of Skywalker, The Last Jedi, so I'm losing my mind. The Last Jedi, I think J.J. Abrams had an opportunity to make a better movie than what he did. He tried, though, with the 2 hours plus minutes he had. From what I'm understanding, there's a 4-hour cut. I don't think that's ever getting released. If they may, it may get released like on DVD, but at the same time, I don't think that's really going to help the movie too much personally. And like, yeah, maybe they'll try to explain it, but then I feel like the explanation is going to be more about, we're going to shoehorn this in more than it being a real explanation, if that makes sense. Yeah, it could be 4 hours, but you're really about to explain to me how he survived, what was it, the Death Star? You're going to explain how Palpatine survived that? Like, you're going to somehow give me an explanation for that. And there was stuff where you had to go look up books to figure things out, which I already have a problem with that. I just felt like Force Awakens, to me, is still the best one out the trilogy, and I barely like that one. This new trilogy has been all over the place. But I would like to hear you guys' thought about who you think would make a better Star Wars trilogy, Rian Johnson or J.J. Abrams. I personally think if you give them creative control, one trilogy each, I think Rian Johnson could possibly come out with the better trilogy. Like, I'm surprised that a lot of people dislike Rian Johnson. No, I get it, actually, with the whole Disney thing they were doing with The Last Jedi, saying certain people don't like The Last Jedi because they hate feminists, all this other stuff. They don't care about female roles. I disagree. I personally don't give a shit who's the leader, gay, straight, woman, male, female. Doesn't matter to me. But it is what it is. But if we're gonna just cut the controversy outside of the Star Wars, right? Outside of the movies, if we were to say J.J. Abrams, you make a trilogy, Rian Johnson, you make a trilogy, use your own characters, I think that Rian Johnson would have a better trilogy. Now, if you guys disagree, please let me know in the comments. I expect hate, because I feel like a lot of people don't like Rian Johnson for what he did. But if we're going to take behind the controversy, we'll take away the controversy and just stick to the movies, I would like to hear you guys' thought on this. If you guys enjoy, please like and subscribe. Peace.